Good evening, friends. How's everybody doing? I fell asleep after my dinner and it is 11 p.m. and I am wide awake. So I thought, hey, you know what? I'll pop out and let's toss some cards. So here I am. How's everybody doing? Hey, Sherry H. Hey, Joe. I'm just kind of wide awake and not really knowing what to do with myself. So, hi, Libra Lady. Hi, Sharon Sipe. Hey, Ron. Hi, Claudia. How you doing? So there you have it, friends. I just sort of woke up and here I am. So let's toss some cards. Let's have some fun. Just chew the fat, as they say. Hi, Sylvia. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Happy Thursday to all of you that are here with me. So, you know what? I did a private reading tonight earlier, and I've got all kinds of cards on the table, and I thought, hey, why not? Rather than putting them all away, let's pop on live. Let's pull some cards. So, I'm not sure if anyone has a particular question that they want asked or answers to. You guys just want to chat, y'all let me know, and we'll just kind of go with the flow, real nice and easy. Like, hi, Gypsy JJ. Hey, Ron. Hey, Cardomancy. So real quick, before I forget, what'd you think of my little intro? I've been working on, I have to say that every morning I wake up and I go into Canva, which is like an editing sort of program, or like where you can create commercials and thumbnails and artwork and all that kind of stuff. And I really love getting my creative juices flowing. And so it's become like a part of my morning routine where I sit down and I drink my tea and I go into Canva and I just play and I create all these things. And I could sit there for hours and hours and hours, but I have all kinds of fun doing it. So I created that little intro. I'm all proud of myself that I did that. It took me a hot minute to get used to Canva. I've never did anything like that. And so I thought, hey, why not, right? Hi, Kristen. Why am I awake? Where am I? Is this Earth? Yes, it is. What was I going to say? So just quickly, tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern time, we're doing a Friday at the Fire Pit. We only have 2 more of those to go. So I do hope that you can join me. Each time is different. We never know what's going to happen, but we have all kinds of fun out there at the Fire Pit. And my technical support, Fire Marshal Mark, will not be with us tomorrow night. He has a hockey game. He volunteers for the local hockey club here, and so they have their first game tomorrow night. And so I'll be out there by myself. So I need all of you in the chat to be watching behind me in case we have any critters come to visit, like skunks or raccoons or foxes or anything like that, or if the fire, starts to get cray, because of course I will be in front of it looking at you all through the screen. So I may need some assistance. Hi, Vivian. So that's coming up. And then on Saturday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, Ron, you can correct me if you've changed the time. I'm on with Ron Unconditional Love. And then Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern, back here at Dozen Cats, have Sun Psychic Jean joining me for some mediumship and card reading. So, yep, in my backyard, my fire pit. Yeah, Kristen, foxes are adorable when you're able to see them and look at them instead of them being behind you, if you know what I mean. That's what's going on for me. What are you guys all up to? Where's everybody at? Like, what's happening? What's going on? Let's pull a card to get this thing started. What do you say? You guys, yeah, absolutely, Libra Lady. Not a problem. Okay, so 8:30 p.m. Eastern time, I will be on with Ron. So let's pull just one card to get us started and see where that takes us. I do want to mention that I have a couple of really interesting videos coming out. One is an announcement that I hope that you all enjoy. And that will be dropping Friday night at midnight. So more than likely you'll wake up to it Saturday. And the second thing I want to say is there's another video that I did that will be coming out shortly. It'll be over the weekend. So just keep your eyes out for that. Of course, the daily reads are always up. And I'm going to do my wellness readings on Sunday instead of doing them on Wednesdays, because a lot of people were missing it. They were sorry. Wow, you guys, look at that. Speaking of foxes, look at that. How cute is that? So leave your usual social circles behind. Seek out true companions. So people that actually are of like mind, people that support you, that lift you up, that encourage you, that embrace you, you know, like the Soul Tribe, like what we do here in this lovely chat. I love it. Joe Smo says, I just completed my cross-country trip to my winter spot, California. Of course, I'm still getting over a 5-day drive. And oh my gosh. Wow. That's a lot. There's no moose that I'm aware of, Claudia, but you never know. I mean, you know, I live in Canada, in cottage country, so we do have those here. So you never know. You never know. All right, so Libra Lady has a question here. May I have a card on my job and financial future, please? And thank you. It's all right. I love Pop. Mark's just saying to me, sorry, I didn't know you were alive. My hands are cold. I'm just warming them up. All right, Miss Libra Lady, what have we got for you, my love? All right. So, yeah, if you guys have a question, throw it up in the chat. Let's have a conflab. Let's talk. Yeah, it got cold all of a sudden, did it not, Ron? Got cold all of a sudden. I mean, I'm all about it. Bring on the cool temperatures, because I've got my sweatshirt on. I'm embracing my Canadian self, and I love it. I love the fall. It's my favorite time of the year. I think it's because I like being cozy, right? I like being wrapped up in a blanket or a cozy sweater and, you know, or blanket, like I said before. All right. Thank you, honey. My technical support system here. That's an interesting question. I've been hearing that for months and months and months and months, Sylvia. I'd be happy to throw some cards on it. Yep, absolutely. Got you. Got you. Kristen. I want more cards. Hi, Bora Bora. Good to see you. All right. So, Libra Lady, I feel like you're very stressed about your financial situation. So I'm not sure if you were planning on doing something or you were saving up for something, or maybe you've just been concerned like the rest of us because prices are going up and things are, you know, always, our resources never seem to be enough, right? Indulge me for just a moment. because I'm going to use a different deck of cards and see if I get anything different. But I can see that you're stressed over it. That much I can see. I'm going to use a different deck here. It's 11:11. Thank you, Mommy. I love you, and I miss you, and I appreciate you visiting me. And thank you, Claudia, by the way. Again, that was very kind of you the other day to send that to me. When I was live on the air, and Claudia was here, and I was talking about my mom, and it was 11:11, and she sent me a screenshot of that. So that was very kind of her. All right, Libra Ladies Financial Future. Libra Ladies Financial Future. All right, so I used the Angel deck first, Libra Lady, just in full disclosure. And that's where it came out that you're feeling a little bit stressed. And when I say stressed, I don't mean that you're being kept awake at night, but I feel that you feel some sort of pressure. I feel like you were planning for something, whether it be like buy a new house or relocate, or like maybe you want to go on a trip or something like that. I've got you, Vivian. Thank you. I think that's what the stress is. Like, have you saved enough? Is it okay to take some out? Is it not? That kind of thing. I've got so I got the real quick. I've got the Queen of Air. Then I've got the Three of Swords. I've got the Three of Water. So it's not bad, right? Manifesting, going after your dreams, right? Making sure that everything is in order. That's where the stress comes in. And you're still planning. So those cards seem a little light, not really to be able to answer the question. So that's when I moved to the Light Seer deck. So we start out with the Seven of Swords, not the Nine of Swords. This is going after what you want. Right? It's using your own resources to go after what you want. Sometimes it can be a very strategic kind of plan. Like it's almost like following a budget, if you will, right? We have the Ace of Swords. That's like clarity, new inspirations, new ideas. And so maybe you've come up with a new strategy as to how to save for, something that you want, or, you want to go on a trip, right? We've got the Sun card. That's the S card in the tarot. So looks like everything is, at this point, moving in a positive direction for you. We've got the Empress next, which is pregnant with possibilities, right? This is all about you actually being able to set your intentions for the goals that you're trying to achieve in terms of your finances, right? And of course, your finances include your job, your career, it's your security, right? Lastly, we have the Lover's card. So the Lover's card is about harmony. It's about unity. It's about bringing things together, right? It's about sort of that soulmate type of connection. And so I feel like whatever plan you have put forward for yourself in terms of your job and your finances and your securities, that you are moving in the right direction. So I would say to keep doing what you're doing, because it feels like it is a right and good choice for you to sort of follow that along with. On the bottom of the deck, I've got the Four of Wands. This is celebration. It's about community. It's about celebrations. And so I feel like, again, whatever path that you're on, whatever budget you've set for yourself, and the way in which you save your money or invest your money, I feel like you're on a good path with that. So I would say stick with it, because it looks like everything is happy with that, right? In all aspects of your life, if that makes sense. I love that. Gypsy JJ says I can handle a couple of cards. So I hope that helped, Libra Lady. Kristen says, and thank you for asking the question, Christian says, what do the cards have to say? Hit me, I can take it. I love it. All right. You're very welcome. All right. So Miss Kristen Louise, who has the cutest kitty name. Is it? Do you pronounce it Born or Bjorn? And she put a Facebook post up the other day showing what the kitty cat did in the night was busy. And I added a comment saying, well, I think I might have you beat. So, you know how in the end of summer, lots of vegetables are available. So I bought myself a basket of potatoes, the little white potatoes, and I woke up in the morning and they were all over the living room. They were all over the counter. They were literally, the cats were using them as some sort of a ball. I don't know. And the funny part about that is we just bought them a big toy that has balls inside of it that they just sit there and sort of like chase around in a circle. Yeah, no, they'd rather use the real ones. And now I'm, checking underneath beds and couches and stuff because I'm concerned that they've hid one, and all of a sudden I'll see like one of those like roots coming out of the potato from underneath the couch or something, because it's not the first time that Austin has done that. So he's a really good kitty, but he steals potatoes. I don't know what's up with that, but it's a true story, folks. It really is. All right. All right. Kristen Louise, what does Spirit have for Kristen? What does Kristen need to know? Okay. It's like Quincy ate my quotes from my positivity board. Austin eats potatoes, well, he doesn't really eat them. He just plays with them. I don't know. If that's the worst thing that they do, it's all good, right? Beautiful cards, Kristen. Actually, I'm going to pull you one more. Tater Cat, I love it. Mr. Potato Head in the shape of a kitty cat. Okay, so the first card that we start out with is the Nine of Wands, right? This is being resistant, being resilient, being prepared, standing in your power in terms of protecting yourself with personal boundaries, right? Knowing that you have one more step, one more space, one more pace to get to the top, to the 10, right? I sort of describe this oftentimes as the little engine that could, right? Like, I think I can, I'm going to. But you need to take a break and just sort of like allow yourself to sort of breathe, right? Just sort of like, just catch your breath, give yourself a hot minute, rejuvenate yourself, and then forward momentum to the 10, right? We have the Knight of Swords, literally going after what you want, chasing after your dreams. This is a beautiful energy, a beautiful card. It's using your own resources and being very focused, right? This is a lovely reading, by the way. We have the Queen of Wands. I love the Queen of Wands. This is you sitting in all of your glory, sitting in all of your power, right? You are all light and lovely and happy and smiles. And when you feel that way, your vibration lifts and the other people that are around you are soaking that up. They are seeing your light and they are having that light shine upon them, taking it in, and then the whole of you, all of you, whoever you surround yourself with, are being lit up together because of you. So you keep shining, my friend. The last card we have is the Three of Cups. This is celebration. This is community. This is, lunch with the ladies. It's late walks on the beach. It's anything that brings you joy and happiness and that feeling of like a connection, right? On the bottom of the deck, we have the Hierophant. So right now, I don't know if you are developing more of a spiritual connection, or if you may be slightly struggling with a connection between what you think you're supposed to be doing versus what's happening to you, right? If that makes sense. I went to the Chakra Insight deck and I literally had 4 cards fall out. Okay. Which is, great. Really. So, your base chakra, or sorry, your sacral chakra, right? That's your one away, one up from the base chakra, right? So it's your fertility organs, your sexual organs, your desire. It's that sort of type of thing, right? We have sexuality, okay? Openness, sharing, beauty, and honor. It doesn't have to be about sex, of course. It is about an expression of who you are, right? It's about sharing your deepest desires and your ability to express yourself, if that makes sense, right? We have the solar plexus chakra, which is just above your navel, and this is responsibility. Okay, so this is self-discipline, empowerment, reliability, and fulfillment. Okay. And then the next card is from your third eye chakra. And this is divine consciousness, right? That's your interconnection, your expansion, your oneness, and your light. And the point is that if you feel loved, then you're able to express that love. You're able to give that love back out. And I think that that's what the point of those cards is, right? So I hope that helps. Let me see. Bear with me here. Julie says, question, what do the cards say will be the outcome? Okay, gotcha, Julie. And hi, by the way. Sorry. Hi, Heather. All right. Good night, Ron. Have a good night. Thank you for being here. Sleep tight. Let me go back up. So what was Kristen saying here? Yeah. Okay, thanks, Kristen. I honestly think that, I can't speak for anyone else. I can only speak for myself. The longer that we fight our connection and what's happening to us, the more strange that we feel, and the further away that communication seems to feel, if that makes sense, right? That is really, this is a journey of trust. Right? We have to trust in ourselves, and we have to trust in that connection, and we have to trust that spirit is going to lead us to the right places for the right reasons, if that makes sense. And that's really all it's about. It is about literally trusting yourself. Trust yourself, Kristen. You need to see yourself the way that the world sees you. All right. Moving on now to Miss Sylvia. Sylvia says, will we get another stimulus check before the midterms? Heather's going to go and grab some M&Ms. Bora's got her comforter out because it's going down to about 50 degrees tonight. Yes, bring on the fall, folks. Woohoo! Oh, okay. Sorry. So, Miss Sylvia, you're absolutely welcome, Kristen. Anytime, my friend. Anytime. I think you're one of the sweetest people that I know. So you are more than welcome. All right. I love this question, by the way, Sylvia. I went to check Johnny out tonight, Mr. Terrell's apprentice, but he wasn't on. I missed him. I guess he wasn't on tonight. Blishes? What's Blishes? I remember hearing that many a reader had predicted, if I'm not mistaken, that another stimulus would be coming out, in the latter part of this year, just before Christmas, if I'm not mistaken. All right, stimulus check. Is there a stimulus check coming before the midterms? Is there another stimulus check coming before the midterms? Okay, literally picked up the deck, tried to shuffle it. They all jammed together, and this is what fell out. So we have the Knight of Pentacles. This is going after your securities, your manifested dreams, your, in terms of like your finances, right? You're on the right path and you're going after it. And then we got the Sun card, which is the yes card. So I would say, yes, there's a pretty good chance that you all will get something before the midterms. Well, it's not for Canada, Joe Smo. We're not going to get nothing. Interestingly, though, I have the moon on the bottom of the deck. And so I wonder to myself if the way that it will be presented will not be exactly how it ends up, if that makes sense. Right? Like there may be some conditions or restrictions against it, if that makes sense. We couldn't even, across Canada, we couldn't even get a day of mourning collectively, which is awful. Our prime minister came out the other day because, as you know, whether you know this or you don't, whether you care or you don't, the Queen of England is our queen, right? And we are one of the Commonwealth countries. And it was said that by our prime minister that there would be a day of mourning on the 19th, which is the day that the Queen will be laid to rest, right? And he did not make it a national holiday. What he did was said that all federal employees across Canada will have the day off. So, anyone who works for the government, but that he would leave it up to the provinces to declare a national holiday or a statutory holiday, as we refer to them here. And so, like Saskatchewan has one thing happening, Prince Edward Island has another thing happening, Alberta is totally different, Ontario and Quebec did not get the day off. Instead, we get to have 1 minute of silence. It's nuts, absolutely nuts. Anyway, yeah. So I think sorry, Sylvia, I didn't mean to spoil it, love. I think that the moon. I mean, listen, the moon either highlights something, right? Because it can be taken a few different ways. So the moon either highlights something so that you can see the path forward because it's late at night, right? Or it's showing you something that you didn't know was there so that you cannot bump into it in the night. Or it is sort of like the, those hidden object games that we all play on our phones, where you take the little camera and you snapshot something and it illuminates things so that you can see, so you can navigate the path forward. And so I feel like, based on those cards, that it's just going to be something. So maybe if there is, and I don't know because I don't live in the States, but let's say that in order to have the stimulus check, you have to have, as a household, less than X number of dollars, right? So maybe that used to be 100,000, but now it's going to be 75. So there might be something like that where they drop that restriction down a little bit, or make it a little harder to get the stimulus for the collective. But I think that you're still going to get one. So for the people that need it, hopefully they get it, which is, that's lovely. Well, good evening, Miss Tammy Jackson. How are you, love? So thank you for asking that question, Sylvia. And thank you for being here. Miss Vivian is up, and she says, "May I have the card? May I have a card for next week, please?" Well, I don't know, Vivian. No, of course you can have a card for next week. Hi, JR. How are you, love? All right. Thank you, Miss Vivian, for entertainment purposes only. I always forget to say that. Yes, thank you for reminding me. Please don't forget to give me a good old thumbs up. And I do want to say, well, I have 19 of you here. So I said that when I got to 400 subscribers, that I would give away 4 free 30-minute readings. And on the weekend, or on Friday night at the fire pit, when I do that, I will announce how I'm going to give those away and what you need to do to be part of that program. So, of course, I'll pin a comment at the top of the video when the video is over. So go to the Friday the fire pit. If you can't partake in the event, read the comments after the video, and it will let you know. No, I haven't got there yet, Julie. You're up next after Vivian. Of course, JR. And then you'll know how to enter yourself, okay? I want to say thank you to all of the new subscribers to the channel. It's, you know, I'm like blown away, honestly. So I'm about 69, 68 people away from getting a community tab. So, you know, share with a friend, like all that good stuff. I would really appreciate it. I work very hard for my channel. I love what I do. And I'm so grateful and appreciative of all of your support. So, I thank you all from the bottom of my heart. All right, moving on to Miss Vivian now, so that I don't get sidetracked and start boo-hooing. Excellent, Joe. I love that. Thank you so much. It's always a hoot at the fire pit. All right, Miss Vivian, we start out with the 6 of Cups, so I'm not sure if you've been looking through old pictures, if maybe you are, I don't know, met up with some old friends recently, being slightly nostalgic. Maybe someone from the past has sort of found their way to you. You know, you could have had a talk with an old friend or something. We have the Queen of Wands, so standing in your power. So I don't know. I mean, this could even be like an old emotional wound that has surfaced and you're being very resistant to it and trying to keep it where it needs to be, right? Thank you, Sharon. Appreciate you. There's 4 of us live right now. Good grief. I didn't know that. 9 of Pentacles. Right, harvesting the fruits of your labor. So you've worked really, really hard. You have a lot of things in place. This is that level of contentment that we all feel when we get to a certain part of our life that just makes us feel good, right? I don't want to say, it's not like I've arrived, but you just feel very content and comfortable with what you have accomplished thus far in your life. And you take a moment to enjoy that, right? We have the 7 of Swords, so going after what you want, right? Using your resources, being very strategic, very analytical about the path that you're on, right? We have the Ace of Wands. This is tapping into your creativity and also, you know, like new ideas and new inspirations, but also navigating like a creative way. And on the bottom of the deck, we've got the Justice card, restoring equilibrium. So, Only you know if this makes sense to you. So I don't know. Again, I don't know if this is someone from your past that has come into your life, if this is something from your past, like an old hurt, an old wound, or if this is just reflecting on your younger self as your current self, in terms of where you thought you were going to be versus where you are, the path that you took to get there, and like a reflective sort of view of, did I do it? Did I achieve the goal that I set out to achieve? Right. And the challenge that you have is this card right here. The Seven of Swords is your challenge. So I think that it is the understanding that it's okay for you to like settle down. You don't have to keep fighting tooth and nail, claw, if that makes sense. Right. But the outcome is that new ideas will continue to come to you. And with the Justice card being your overlying energy, it's everything is going to balance itself out. And so I feel really good about that. I hope that makes sense to you, Vivian. Oh, it does? Okay, thank you. Phew. Okay. Thank you, Libra Lady, for being here. Have yourself a wonderful sleep. Many blessings to you. Sweet dreams. All right. Now, I read your comment, but I'm going to read it again. Hi, Sunflower Down Under. I love your name, by the way. It's so sweet. Tammy says, I started... Here, let's put this up on the screen. I started a new channel to promote all the readers, and I can't get people to subscribe. I try to get people to go over in chats, and I think that they think I'm a troll or something. Okay. So, Tammy, this is what I'm going to... I'm just putting this out there. I'm offering this to you if you want. I would love it very much if you would send me an email to circleoffriendstarot@gmail.com. And either you can come on to Circle of Friends and tell everyone about it, and we can try to get the word out, or you can like write me a little blurb and I can announce it for you on Circle of Friends. And of course I'll do it here too. If you want, you let me know if that's okay. But that's what I would suggest. Would be a good way to get the word out. And it's possible that people might think that it is not a troll, but people might not understand what the vision is, and so and also there is. I mean, I don't want to like say too much because I don't know what it all is about, but send me an email if you want, and on my collaborative channel with Ali from Heart and Soul Connected, which is Circle of Friends Tarot, we'll talk about it there, right? If you want to, of course, and thank you for doing that. All right, so we have Miss Julie up next. She has patiently waited for her question to get answered. And I just want to say before I forget that I've got Gypsy JJ next and then JR. All right. So Julie says, question, what do the cards say will be the outcome of the claims issue I am struggling with? Signs have been really interesting. Okay. Let me see. You're welcome, Tammy. I'm going to use this deck. cards say will be the outcome of the claims issue that I'm struggling with? Signs have been really interesting. The cards say will be the outcome of the claims issue that Julie is struggling with. Hi, Michelle. All right, we start out, just so you know, I pulled 4 cards and I got 3 major arcana, so that's always a great thing. We start out with the Lover's card, so I don't know if this is a claim about like a relationship or involving like a past partner, or if this card is literally picking up on the emotional sort of struggle that you have had to deal with while this claims sort of situation is going on, right? Next to that, we have the Chariot, right? Things are moving quickly. Maybe you've had to relocate. The Chariot is an interesting card because sometimes it's about things moving fast. Sometimes it's about victory. Sometimes it's about the blending of 2 energies, which is very similar to the 2 of Cups as well as the Lover's card. And sometimes it's about recognition, right? It's about victory in terms of like your willpower, right? Like restoring your faith and your willpower, like your place in the world, if that makes sense. Okay, I'm very sorry to hear that. We send him our prayers. That's not great news. We're very sorry, Julie. I see this here of the 5 of fire. This has caused a lot of conflict, and a lot of sort of like locking horns and like feeling like you're taking 1 step forward and 2 steps backwards is kind of the vibe that I'm picking up, right? We've got the Awakening card, or the Hanged Man in the traditional tarot, and this is the outcome card, right? Pause and perspective, and a level like a new level of understanding. On the bottom of the deck, we've got the 3 of water. So this is a celebration, right? Celebration, community, friendships. This is coming together. This is like minds sort of supporting each other. And so I don't know if you have a community of friends or a support system around you that you can lean on to keep you boosted up, to embrace you and love you so that you are on a solid footing, so that you can then give that back to your husband, if that makes sense. That's what that might be about. It also might be about, that things are going to come together, which will be a cause for celebration in terms of settling the claims issue. Behind this, we have the Queen of Earth, not the Queen of Earth, the 9 of Earth, the 9 of Pentacles. This is about that contentment, right? This card literally says contentment, luxury, and independence. And so I feel like all of your struggles, I don't think that they're completely over, but I think that you're navigating them out in the right way. I think that the path is starting to clear, like you're starting to be able to see the forest for the trees, or you will be shortly. And I feel like you will have cause for celebration, and then be able to sit in a position where you're feeling confident and contentment again. Okay. Right. I can see that, because below that, I mean, okay, so below that card, so we've got the Three of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Below that is the Nine of Earth. Then we have the Queen of Earth. I believe this is you. This is the hardworking parent. This is someone who has their hands in all their cookie jars, master multitasker, right? Known well in the community, natural born healer. She's the hardworking parent. This is who she represents, right? Behind that, we have the Knight of Water, right? Or the Knight of Cups. And so I'm not sure if your husband is a water sign or not, but you know, he wears his heart on his sleeve, and he is your knight in shining armor, and you are going to battle for him, and it's a beautiful thing. But just make sure that you have a support system there to make sure that you're lifted up, so that you can give your best fight for your husband, if that makes sense. And we send you lots of love and lots of hugs and many blessings, and as many prayers as we can muster up to give you the strength and the courage to keep fighting. And of course, many, many, many prayers to your husband. That's a beautiful thing, what you're doing, Julie, for your husband. I love it. All right. So I hope that helped a little bit. Gypsy JJ is up next. I could handle a couple of cards, please. All right. For Miss Gypsy JJ, Joe Schmo says, Julie, my Social Security disability took me 18 months. They keep denying us in hopes we give up. Keep fighting. Oh, thanks, Michelle. I was just sitting here with nothing to do, and in full disclosure, I kind of fell asleep, and I woke up, and I'm like, okay, now what? So there you go. That's what happened there. So the Mystics Library of Woo is Tammy Jackson. It's her new channel that she started, that she was talking to us about in the chat earlier. Julie says, exactly. I'm fighting till the end. A win will help me in the end. Thank you so much. She's a Vietnam veteran. Agent Orange. The gift that keeps giving, and now it ends. Much love to all. Julie. My heart goes out to you. Truly it does. This is Kelmar, everybody. Everybody knows that. Well, not everybody knows. This is my husband. That's in the chat there. By the way, Gypsy JJ, I'm not sure if you've seen the email that I sent you. It was a big, long email, so look for that. There's actually 2 of them. So keep your eye out for that, love. Okay. So the first card that we have is the Wise Counselor. This is the Hierophant card in the traditional tarot. This is about your sense of belonging. This is about... Sometimes it's about balancing the beliefs, right? Like what some people think and is what you should do, and versus what you think you should do, right? It's constant learning, right? Constant learning. So like a spiritual mentor, or like maybe you're taking a class or something like that. You're constantly learning, soaking in like a sponge information, right? We have the 7 of Earth. 7 of Earth is sometimes taking an intentional pause while you sort of assess your investments, and your patience are really coming into question at this point, right? Because you're literally standing there going, okay, so I watered it, I talked to it, the sun came out, I did everything I was supposed to do, but I'm not really sure what's happening. Like, it's not growing, nothing's happening, it's not moving. So it's not a negative energy, but it's not necessarily positive. it really is up to you on whether or not you have the patience and say, I'm going to just leave it up to the sun and the rain and, Mother Earth to do her thing, or whether you're going to like go out there and hook up lights and sit there with a lawn chair and a blanket and your coffee decanter and like literally watch it and wait for something to happen. It's really about how you process that situation, right? The last card that we've got is the High Priestess. This is about your intuition. Your intuition. I couldn't say it. I just literally combined all those words into one. Your intuition. You heard it here first, folks. Your intuition, your wisdom, and your patience. That inner knowing, the gut instinct that we all have and rarely trust. Our North Star, as it were. We have the King of Earth on the bottom of the deck. Prosperous, generous, and successful. And below that, you've got the Two of Air. Crossroads, having to make a decision. Avoidance, confusion. I know you know what I'm talking about. We have visualize a shield of protection. To protect yourself from toxic people or situations, imagine a shield of white light surrounding your body. This keeps negativity out and lets positive energy in. Thank you, JR. Appreciate that. New word alert. We have nourish your body. If you are tired, rest. If you are in pain, pamper yourself rather than pushing through it. Treat your body as a precious friend and listen to its needs. I mean, we're like, like you would do for a car. You got to give the car a tune-up. You got to have an oil change. You got to fill it up with gas. You got to maintain it, or it's not going to go on the trip that you've been planning for the last year, right? You're not going to be at 100% capacity all the time if you don't feed yourself the fuel that you require. And so you got to nourish your body. It's what, your brain and your heart is what keeps everything else moving. So, well, hello, Ripsy. Sure, I'll take that question. Not a problem. I have someone in front of you, so bear with us. But thank you very much for being here. We appreciate new people and new subscribers all the time. Julie says, thanks for that hope. I can sleep better tonight. Thanks for your kindness. Absolutely, Julie. You're very welcome, and we're glad that you're here. Hypnocity, hello. I missed you coming in. I apologize. All right. So, Gypsy JJ, hope that helped. Sherry H is still up. Oh, okay. Thanks, Tammy. I thought you were going to bed, Sherry H. Not that we're not happy to see you, but I thought you were going to bed, love. We're glad that you're back. All right. Let me take a sip of my drink. Friends. All right. You are very welcome, my friend. You are very welcome. All right. Mr. JR would like a mini reading. JR, my number 3 subscriber. Do you feel old now, JR, that you're like 430 some odd old? Right? I love it. Night, Heather. Oh, sorry, Miss JR. I apologize. Sorry. All right. All right. What's going on, JR? I literally started shuffling and had 4 cards come out all at once. JR. Oh, thank you. You're so kind. I appreciate your support. I truly, truly do. And I love that you keep popping in and checking in on me and see how I'm doing and just to say hi. It's lovely. Honestly, it makes my day. All right. This is what I've got for you, JR. We start out with the Hermit card. And I pulled a lot of cards because, in full honesty, I was like, I was getting the story, but I wanted like an ending for you that was, I don't want to leave like a ... to be continued. So we start out with the Hermit card. Right? A pause, a time for reflection, a moment of intentional sort of quiet and peace where you get in touch with yourself and try to figure out what it all means, if that makes sense. It's tapping into your inner wisdom. I mean, the light that the Hermit holds is a light of wisdom, right? That he uses to light up the path as he navigates forward. You could have even had like someone that you were that you would consider like a mentor, like a spiritual teacher, or maybe you were taking classes, right? In terms of someone helping you. Could even be like a therapist of sorts. Next to that, we have the Star card. This is about hope and faith and fulfillment. This is about being inspired by your personal motivation to want better, to want to do better, right? We'll have the Eight of Fire next. Things moving really, really quickly. Information coming in, sort of feeling like, it was like silent. And then all of a sudden it's like you were hearing from everyone that you ever knew, like within the span of 2 days. And you're kind of like, what's going on, right? It's multitasking, lots of activities, and like just things happening. We have in this card, it's called the Transformation deck card, but it's the Tower card in the traditional tarot. It's about, a crack in your foundation, the carpet being pulled out from underneath your feet. It's that type of feeling. It can be like a major life change. It can be a realization. It can also be liberation. So you're going about your business and all of a sudden this thing that has sort of stopped you or held you sort of captive for a long period of time, all of a sudden you've had that aha moment and you start to have some sort of understanding as to how you can now move forward in a more peaceful way. That is sort of where you're at right now between this information coming in and this transformative period, right? You've got the Ten of Fire following that. This is carrying large amounts of burden on your back, large amounts of stress. It's heavy and it's weighing you down. And I feel like you want to shift it, but it seems like no matter what you do, it's not shifting. It's just not going away, right? So it's being overworked, it's being stressed, and it's being like imbalanced. That's your challenge. Your outcome is the Empress. Okay. So the Empress is the divine feminine of the tarot. It's all about nurturing and love. It's the heart, and it's the inspiration and the motivation to want to love and to bring things together in a really sort of wonderful way, if that makes sense. If you look at this picture, right, it's like the mother with the baby, right, with the big gold heart as her shield, which they often say that she's pregnant with possibilities. So I thought that I would point that out. Okay, on the bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Air. Okay, Queen of Air, brilliant, experienced, humorous. This is standing in all of your power. This is owning your truth. This is someone who is analytical, who is strategic, who is someone who sort of sits back and scans around and sort of takes everything in and develops a plan, a very strategic, methodical plan as to how they navigate their path. So that ties into the Hermit card. So I feel like this is telling you, if you're having trouble right now, Shift back to that hermit mode. Get quiet, go within, because the answers that we seek, we all have that inner wisdom in us. We all have that gut instinct. We just need to remember that it's there and we need to trust it, right? So I think that this is a reminder to go back inside and say, okay, what do I need to do? And allow yourself to stay in that quiet space until things start to make more sense to you. I hope that helps a bit, JR. Actually, I want to pull one more card for you. Love me to pull a little guardian angel message for you. Thank you, Sharon Sipe. Thank you, Bora Bora. You guys are all so awesome. Appreciate all your support. And I just want to say to Michelle, yes, it is tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern time for the fire pit. Okay, we've got eternity, JR. Gently move your awareness from the external world to a world of light within your heart. You can't make this stuff up, folks. Really can't. Allow each breath to heal you as you drift to a place beyond time. Eternity exists within you, forever sparkling like a diamond, the diamond that you are. In essence, a shining star, forever transforming to ever greater light. So, remember the hermit with the light. Remember the star with the star above it. And remember the Empress as she has that big sort of golden heart as her shield right over here. You're not Skip Repsy. I said just before JR that you were after him, or her, I should say. You're next. Must be patient. Yes, thank you, Bora Bora. So, JR, hope that helps. Hope that makes sense. Love, do let me know. And we will go now to Repsy. Thank you, Bora Bora. All right, so Repsy says, how will Mank feel, and what will he do in turn if I stop talking to him? Thank you, JR. As long as that makes sense to you, I'm glad. Yep, I'm doing it now, Sharon. Up on the chat, or up on the screen. All right. So I don't know what we're gonna get, but we're gonna give this a shot. So it's hard for me to. I don't really like reading on someone that isn't here for themselves, but I can definitely tap in or try to tap into the relationship and how that's gonna go for you. I've been having all kinds of problems with my Instagram, but I'll definitely check into it, Joe. Thank you for letting me know. And thank you, Barbara. I do appreciate you, my friend. Truly, I do. All right. All right, so to start out with the Two of Air, Repsy, the Two of Air or the Two of Swords. This is about an indecision, feeling confused, feeling like you need to choose, do I go left or do I go right? That's the energy sort of coming in from the past that's influencing this period of time, like how you're feeling, right? That's things that have happened before, which is why you're asking the question that you're asking. So obviously there's been some confusion, some disagreement, some names got exchanged, or a discussion happened that sort of like, went off the rails, and now you find yourself in this position, right? We have the Six of Air next. This is moving away from a difficult situation, moving closer to the situation dissipating and becoming more calm. So it's about hope. It's about relief. It's about moving on, right? Leaving things in the past, actually in the past, and not bringing them with you, right? Then we move on, and this is sort of the energy that you're in right now. This is the Two of Earth. This is the balance card. This is about balancing, as you can literally see, like walking that tightrope between the land and the water, right? Oh, absolutely. Thank you, Tammy. Hope you sleep well, my friend. Many blessings to you. Thank you for being here. And of course, sweet dreams. So balancing your priorities, right? Understanding that if you work hard, you have to play hard, right? And allowing yourself the freedom to do that, right? It can't be all work, and it can't be all play. You have to balance it out, because too much of one thing is not a good thing, right? Next to that, and this is the challenge, this is the renewal card, or the judgment card in the traditional tarot. This is self-evaluation, okay? This is a moment of rebirth and reflection. And so this is about, what do you want? What is it that you want? What do you seek out of this relationship, right? So the question is, how may I feel? How do you feel? How do you feel? How do you feel if he doesn't speak to you? How do you feel about any games that may be being played on their part? How does that make you feel? What does that do to you? I want you to consider, according to this card, how your feelings factor into this, because it looks like you're not listening to how you feel. You're more concerned about the feelings outside of that. And so I want you to be kind to yourself, right? I believe that this is Mayank. He's showing up here, right, in the Knight of Water. So this is the Knight of Cups, is someone who wears their heart on their sleeve, someone who is romantic, and someone who loves relationships, but they love the idea of being in love. Like, they love all the mushy gushy lovey stuff and like the butterfly kind of feelings in the stomach, but they're not so good at a long-term relationship thing. Not saying that they can't make it work. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying, like, they love that part of it, right? So they have a lot of emotions about the whole thing. And so, with the butterflies, and, when you meet someone new and it's all like, oh, mushy gushy lovey dovey, and, like, oh my God, and like I could barely breathe because they looked at me, that whole thing. That's the energy from this card. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Strength card. This is you. This is your inner courage. This is your bravery. This is your compassion. This is your perseverance. This is, the foundation in which you stand on, right? This is who you are at your core. And that's why you got this renewal card, right? And I was saying to you about, how do you feel? If you feel that you're not being treated right, if you feel that you're not being understood, if you feel like you're not being valued, if you feel like you want to take a trip to Barbados, you should be able to do it. You should be able to honor your truth and your feelings. And this is what this is saying. Stand in that power and allow yourself to be heard and to be seen and to be valued, because you deserve it. So, to answer your question, I think that Mayank is going to come around. I think that you will resolve your issues. I don't know if it's going to fix everything, but it's going to help you if you listen to what is inside of you and learn to stand up for yourself and to appreciate who you are. I am saying that is who he is. is not, I'm not saying necessarily those emotions for you, that I can't answer. Only he can answer that. But I'm saying that is his personality. That's how that's like how I would describe him, right? He wears his heart on his sleeve. It's someone who can get hurt easily, right? Someone who is not necessarily committed to a long-term relationship, but someone who loves to be in love with other people, if that makes sense. Yeah, absolutely, Sherry. Thank you. So I'm not sure if that makes sense for you, Repsy, or not, but that's what I've got. I think that the relationship will iron itself out, whatever this situation is that you have going on right now. I think it's going to work itself out. But I want you to be very careful in terms of just as you navigate the rest of your life. It has nothing to do with everybody else. It's just about you and making sure that you're listening to yourself and treating yourself with the respect that you deserve, and that others do the same, because you deserve that. That's all. And I think that if you do that for yourself, you're going to attract all kinds of people to you, and who knows what choices you may make at that point, right? I think that really what I'm trying to say, and I'm choosing my words carefully, is this. If you start to love yourself up, you're going to open up a whole new world of opportunities for you, and you're going to start to see things in a whole different light. And when you see those things in a whole different light, what you once thought was attractive might not be so attractive anymore. Does that make sense? Thank you for being here, Ripsy, and thank you for asking the question. I appreciate it. Does anyone else have a question? But yes, I hope that you understand what I mean, Ripsy. Stand up for yourself. Love yourself up. You know, you are a unique individual. We all are. We are, each and every one of us are living miracles. And we all deserve to be treated that way. And if you're not treating yourself that way, no one else is probably going to treat you that way either. Do you get what I mean? Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you, Barbara, for sticking that in there. Appreciate you. All right. Does anyone else have a question? I am ready to flip some cards, friends. Bring it on. Bring it on. Yeah, this is fun. I don't often pop on at this time of night, but hey, why not? That's what I'm saying, right? Why not? So yeah, so tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern, Friday at the fire pit. We'll be hanging out back there, out in my backyard with the fire pit going. Have all kinds of laughs, and we toss a few cards, not many, but we do toss cards, and sometimes I have guests and sometimes I don't, and you never know what's going to happen. And then like I said, Saturday I'm on with Ron, and then Sunday I'm back here at 3 p.m. where I'm joined by Sun Psychic Jean for some mediumship and card readings. Absolutely, Sharon Sipe, I'm happy to pull a card for you. What kind of card would you like? You want just like a general reading or something, Sharon? Or just like, you want like a postcard from Spirit or something? Dealer's choice? Sure, I got you, Joe Schmo. Absolutely. All right, so Sharon Sipe. Let's do like a little 3-carder for Sharon Sipe. does Sharon Sipe need to know, Spirit? Our protector at large, keep us all safe and troll free, working 4 lives at once. I mean, honestly, the woman is amazing, is she not? Not that we don't appreciate all moderators, but like honestly, she's working 4 lives and it's like midnight. It's like the best job that you ever had that you didn't get paid for, right, Sharon? All right, Sharon Sipe, the troll slayer at large. Okay. Anything good. Right, Sharon? Thank you, Vivian, for saying so, and I appreciate all that you do for me as well. You and Ron and Sherry and Gina and Sharon, of course. I mean, you guys are all awesome. You know, as you keep the individual chats and all of the chats at large safe, you know, constantly promoting all of us. We appreciate everything that you do. Sharon, I start out with the Ace of Water for you. All right, this is you, my love. You are all about the love. You're all about emotions and filling people up and boosting them up and supporting them and making everyone feel loved and accepted. And it's, I mean, that's who, in my mind, that's who you are. It's also about your intuition, by the way. We have the High Priestess again, your intuition, your inner wisdom, and your patience. Following that, we've got the Wheel of Fortune. You know, the never-ending cycle that just keeps, you know, moving. But it's about luck. It's about progress. It's about change. That forward momentum, moving forward, is actually progress. Even though sometimes it doesn't feel like we're making any traction, another foot in front of the other is progress, right? And every time that wheel moves, something else has evolved. And lastly, we have the Two of Water, right? Partnerships, contracts, commitments, reconciliation, people that you feel connected to by your heart, right? So that is your potential outcome. And so I'm not sure if you're going to reconnect with someone from your past. Maybe an old friend is just going to call you out of the blue, and you're sort of going to feel that love from them. You know, that kind of person that can pick up the phone. They haven't spoken to you in like a year or longer. And all of a sudden you just pick right up where you left off. It's those kind of people. That's what the Two of Water is about. That kind of understanding between your hearts. Maybe someone's going to offer you an opportunity of some sort. The King of Earth is on the bottom of the deck. King of Earth is about being prosperous and generous and successful, and that is what you do for all of us. You show us all love and lift us up and support all of the content creators as well as the chatters. But for the content creators, what you're doing is you are literally promoting us. And so in that way, you are being very generous and very, you're being very, what is the word that I'm looking for? You are integral to us being successful by what you do for us. And I'm not even sure that anyone's actually ever said that to you or ever recognized that you do that for us. But I hope that you know that I appreciate what you do for us. So that's what I got for you. I'm going to pull an angel card for you just because. Oh, Jane's free. That's awesome. Yay. Hugs for mom. I love it. I love it. Okay, so this is interesting. I got 2 cards out for you here, Sharon. And one of them is conflict and one of them is eternity. So conflict says, and this is interesting, feelings which have suppressed for a very long time are yearning to be acknowledged and expressed. You are torn between what you think is the right thing to do and what your heart wants. That might be about the 2 of Cups. And this is the primary cause of stress in your life at the moment. We, your angels, urge you to follow your heart. Do what you would love, do what you would love and not what you think you should. The second card, eternity. Gently move your awareness from the external world to a world of light within your heart. Allow each breath to heal you as you drift to a place beyond time. Eternity exists within you, forever sparkling like a diamond. You are, in essence, a shining star. I co-sign that. Forever transforming to ever greater light. Which, that's all speaking to your ability to lift and to support, as well as to offer people love. I mean, you're always saying happy birthday to everybody and offering them hugs and prayers. And it's also speaking to you had 2 cards come out about your intuition. So I'm not sure if those made sense or not, but that's what we got for you. So there you have it. You're welcome, Sharon Sipes. So Jan's Free says, I'm tired now. Laugh out loud. It's a good tired. It's all good. It's all good. Joe Smo is up next. Specifically, our trip to San Diego's beach for a mini vacation. Yes, bring it on. San Diego. Lovely place. Let me just take a drink here. We'll put that in instead. Here we go. All right, let's see what goes on about your trip to San Diego Beach for a mini vacation. You want to know how it's going to go? How's it going to go for Joe's mini vacation to San Diego? How's it going to go? I mean, so many of you just are all awesome and do so much for all of us, and we appreciate it so very much. I love that, Jan's Free. I'm switching decks here for a second, Joe. I love that, Jan's Free. Good for you. Thank you, Gypsy JJ. Okay, so I'm sort of getting like the same kind of like vibe from the same kind of cards. I mean, the cards are totally different, but I'm getting the same kind of vibe as I got with the other cards. I don't know what this trip is about. I feel like it is going to be a very enlightening, powerful, sort of in a spiritual kind of way trip for you, Joe. I feel like some kind of major shifts or major transformation, healing old wounds, putting things to bed. So I don't know if you're going like to a resort, if you're going to a place where it's, you know, like quiet, you're going for like, you know, like a meditation kind of thing or something like that. I'm getting the same kind of vibe on both of these cards that I pulled. So the first round that I pulled, we start out with the Emperor card, right? This is about being in control. This is about sort of owning it. And that's the energy coming in from the past. We have the Two of Swords, which is confusion, being at a crossroads, feeling like you're struggling to make a decision, not really feeling like no matter what decision you make, it's going to be the right one, right? We have the Queen of Swords, which is, you know, sitting up there on her perch as she scans out around, as I said before, right? She's very analytical. She's very intense about her planning. She's all about the details, right? She's a dot her I and cross her T kind of gal. And she's all about being a truth seeker. She wants to have a plan and execute it to the best of her ability. And she always wants to keep everything above board. We have the Eight of Swords next. The Eight of Swords talks to us about, you know, how we see ourselves as not how other people perceive us. And so this is an energy of either you have some shadow work that you need to do, you've got some past hurts or some baggage that you need to process, that you need to be dealing with, that you've been carrying around for a really long time. You may be in the process of doing that. It's about letting your guard down and letting yourself be exposed to see other people and have them see you. It's about being seen in the right light. We have the Temperance, and this is about balance, but it's also about like that epiphany, that sort of like an awakening, that a level of understanding, a new, like, it's like a graduation of sorts. So you're here and you've come to some sort of an enlightenment and you've graduated up a step because your level of understanding has increased. Does that make sense? I don't know if I'm explaining that right. We've got the King of Swords sitting on the top of his mountain, and he's surrounded by, you know, the crow and the eagle and the owl, right? The wisdom, the magic. And as he sits up there atop the perch, he's just no different than the Queen of Swords scouring out, right? He is responsible, and he is all about the truth. And he is a great leader. He's an excellent communicator. And he just waits, sort of like the owl, for someone to need him to sort of go after what he wants, right? He waits for that moment. That's the overlying energy for this reading. So in total, what I'm getting from this is, for whatever reason, there's a bit of a decision, a crossroads about taking this trip, whether it's, I don't think it's about money. I think it's more about a coordination thing. I don't know if you're going to see family. I feel like, according to these cards, I'm feeling like you're not really in it to win it. I feel like either you, like, maybe had to be talked into it. You're starting to come around to the idea, but there's something that's at the place where you're going that you're not necessarily in love with. You know what I mean? You're a little resistant to it, But I think once you go there, I think that it's all going to make sense to you. So I don't know if you're holding on to something too tight, if you're not being flexible in your travel plans, but there's something there. So just real quick, I pulled a bunch of cards from my deck of character. We've got the candle, we've got the sprout, we've got the hot springs, we've got the cave, we've got the glasses, we've got the heavens, we've got the dragon, we've got the universe. And so how I see that is the candle, right? Trying to figure out the truth, trying to see the truth, trying to light the path. Where is that path? Things are like not moving quickly, right? You've got that little sprout, the hot springs. This is you seeking something, right? This is you trying to like find a new mold, find a new way of doing things, a new approach, a new understanding, right? You're getting very quiet, going within. So that made me think of like a resort, right? You're trying to tap into your inner wisdom. You're seeing things from a new perspective, right? This is your enlightenment, right? You're starting to gain the power of that connection, and that's when you start, whoops, that was really ineffective what I just did. You're starting to see things from a new light. You gain the power from your enlightenment, and now the universe and you have a whole new level of connection. And just because that's you in the lawn chair sitting back and relaxing, because you literally have had that wonderful experience of the awakening. And so again, I think that the trip is going to do something for you that is unexpected, but for whatever reason, you're slightly resistant to it. And I'm not sure why you would be resistant to it, but that's what I got. So let me know if that makes sense at all. My chat is not moving anymore, so I don't know if I froze up or if someone's not. If you guys just decided to leave and you're not watching anymore. Hi Jen, how are you, love? Okay, so let's see. So. Joe says no sugarcoating, please. I don't try to sugarcoat. I really don't. I always want to tell you, the truth. Jans Free says getting to know each personality of cats is interesting. Absolutely. Joe says no, park the coach on the beach and swim, right? Okay. Bora Bora says, would you mind if I ask if you have a birthday coming up at Vivian? Feel free to not respond if you don't want to answer. Kelmar says 65 to go. Sunflower says, I'm still here. Hey Sunflower, how you doing, love? I'm so glad that you're here. Did you ask me a question and I skipped it? Oh my gosh, that's terrible. If I did that, I am so sorry. Please tell me that I didn't skip over your question. How awful am I? Aw, Jen, you're very kind. There you go. Okay. And that makes sense based on the cards that I was getting. I think it's going to work out just fine for you in terms of you're going to get out of the trip what you needed to get out of it. But you feel slightly resistant to it for sure. I have to say, Joel, I like I like the energy that you're entering into it with, in terms of being, optimistically cautious, because that's a great way to be, right? And I love that you are putting yourself out there. That's wonderful. And so I applaud that. That's not everyone can do that. So that's beautiful. All right, Sherry H says it's bedtime, night, my friend. Sleep well, have a good rest, sweet dreams, and all that stuff. Yeah, excellent, Joe. Really what it is, it's clarity and cleansing at the same time, right? The clarity comes, and then the introspection, and then the cleansing sort of happens as a hand-in-hand sort of thing, and I love that. Mika is in the house. Hello, Mika. Thank you for being here, my friend. Good to see you. Sunflower Down Under. What the heck time of the day is it there? You're 12 hours ahead of us, right? Hey, Jay. How's it going, love? Good to see you, my friend. You're very welcome, Joe. I love that. Look at, absolutely, Jan's Free. Everybody's got all their birthdays going in the chat. Happy birthday to all of the Virgos in the house that are about to, because we have what? Maybe another week of Virgo to go. Sharon, is your kitty cat sitting on your keyboard? Well, thank God it's Friday somewhere, Sunflower Down Under is what I'm thinking. Thank you for being here, my friend, at 2:30 on a Friday. All right. If anybody wants a reading, let me know. I'm going to shut this off in by like 2 o'clock my time. I'm going to take another sip. I got my blanket on because I was cold. Thanks, Cat Mama. I appreciate you, my friend. Good night, Gypsy JJ. Thank you for being here. Have a good night, my love. All right. So let's see. Jan's Free. What does Jan's Free need to know? Any words of wisdom from Spirit for Jan's Free, please? Jan's Free, Jan's Free, Jan's Free. Yeah, please don't forget to hit the like, thumbs up, all that good stuff. And by the way, can I just tell you, between us that are watching here, I just, sometimes YouTube just makes, not YouTube, the institution of YouTube, but the people that frequent YouTube really just makes me giggle. I mean, it really does. So first of all, they put the dislike button up there. And when, back in the day, if someone disliked your video, it actually counted against you. Which, isn't necessarily always fair. But that's a point that could argue, right? Be debated. So then they decided to not have a dislike count against the channel. So, of course, it's still up there. But if someone hits a dislike button on a video, it doesn't count against the channel. And it doesn't matter what you do. Doesn't matter what content you put out. Someone's got to hit that dislike button. You could have 600 views on a video and 1 dislike. And I always giggle to myself because all I can think of is back in the day. Let me know if you can relate to this. Back in the day, when you would get really upset with someone and you hang up the phone and you could slam, the old style phones, you could slam them or slam the cupboard door. We can't really do that anymore, right? Because pushing a button is not really the same as getting the phone slam. You know what I mean? It's not the same thing, or slamming a cupboard. So I just think it's kind of funny that someone would actually, that's Charlotte, Jan's Free. I just think that's funny. Do you want to come say hi, baby girl? She doesn't like it when I shuffle the cards, so it's kind of a problem for her. Oh, happy belated birthday, Cat Mama. Yeah, I just don't understand what that's all about. Oh, Nancy. Or not Nancy, Faye. I haven't been feeling well lately. I know one thing, it's not my heart, but I still feel like crap. Sorry, I've been missing you, all the reader. Oh, Faye. Everybody, code word for Faye. I'm so sorry, Faye. I'm going to pull a card for you, love. Yeah. All right, so back to Jan's free. But yes, if everyone knows, the code word here is hugs, capital Hugs. So when I say code word for Faye, I mean type the word hugs, everybody in the chat for Faye, to let her feel your love and your support. And of course, we send you all of our prayers and positive vibes and positive energies in hopes that you feel better soon, my dear. So sorry to hear that. Thank you so much for popping in and saying hi. That was very kind. Okay, Miss Jan's free. Back to your reading with Charlotte gracing your reading. She's sitting on the table, eating the fake plant. All right. Don't chew Mummy's cards, please. That's not nice. Absolutely, Jen. Thank you, everyone in the chat. Appreciate you all doing that for lovely Faye. All right. Jan's free. We start out with the Magician card. The Magician card is literally having all the tools at your disposal, so you are prepared, right? The Magician holds all the tools of the tarot, the wands, the pentacles, the cups, and the swords, right? It's about empowerment because you have all the resources that you need. It's about your powers of manifestation, right? Next to that, we have the Balance card or the Temperance card in the traditional tarot. This is about compromise and self-control. It's about moderation. If you look at the card really closely, you can see that she's got 1 foot in the water and 1 foot on land, right? You can also see that she's got 2 cups and she's pouring water seemingly from one cup into another and trying not to spill it, because if she does, she's going to lose her rainbow, right? So it's about compromise and moderation and the navigation of that process, which is really difficult for most of us to do. We have the King of Water next. Compassionate, understanding, trustworthy. Someone who is just really kind, someone who is good at their core, right? Someone whose heart sort of leaps out of their chest because they just exude that kind of like niceness about them, right? So I don't know if that represents someone in your life or not. We have the 4 of Air. Now this is so the King of Water is your challenge, right? And Charlotte wants you to pay attention to that. The 4 of Air. This is your outcome card. This is, back in the day when you were a little kid and you would lay out on the grass and look up at the clouds and imagine all sorts of things in the clouds. What did you see, right? Make stories up and all sorts of good things. This is sort of like that kind of energy, but using it in a way where you can actually transport yourself, right, through either your imagination or meditation, right? It's a state of contemplation, right? So you're removing yourself, transporting yourself to a happier place, a different place, a place that's maybe in your imagination, to help you sort of be carried away from any stresses or struggles that you may be going through. And so there's a message in that for you, right? That is something that you could be doing to assist if you're feeling any kind of trouble, right? On the bottom of the deck, again, we've got Ace of Water. So yes, a whole lot of water, right? This is about your emotions. This is about your relationships and your intuition. So I don't know If there is someone in your life, I feel like this could be another person doing this, making you feel this way, making all your emotions go all fluttery and all around. But if it's not that person that's doing it to you, you might have someone that you want to share this sort of side of yourself with, but we're not quite sure how they'll perceive it. And I have no idea why I'm saying that, because the cards don't really represent that, but that's what I'm vibing. Okay. So I actually do that. Go to my happy place when it's overwhelming. Excellent. So I don't know if that part makes sense or not, but that's what I'm vibing. I'm going to pull a couple more cards because I'm just interested to see what it has to tell us here. I don't know. There's something here, like maybe this is just you while you navigate your journey, and these are messages for you to remember that your emotions are there for a reason. Don't shut them off. Don't shut them down. Keep working through it. Keep navigating through it. Remember that you have all the tools that you need to process how you feel. Remember to do everything in moderation. That there's no timeline for this self-care healing journey that we are all on. So just sort of cut yourself a break in that department. If you're maybe like, oh God, like, can this, I thought I'd be better by now, that kind of vibe, like, don't do that to yourself. Just continue to express yourself and allow yourself to feel what you feel, when you feel it, how you feel it, sort of idea. And then there's also that part about, transforming yourself somewhere else and using your intuition. All right. That's what this is. This is a part of your healing journey. So we've got Goddess of Dreams, Vision, Intuition, and what is the last word? Because I can't read backwards. Receptivity. So I don't know if you dream things, or if you see synchronicities or visions or anything like that, and maybe you don't understand what they are, or maybe you don't understand what they mean. Try to write them down. So as soon as you see it, as soon as you dream it, when you wake up, write it down. Write down the synchronicities. You find a dime, you see a bird, whatever the case may be, write it down. And then try to think about what you were thinking about just before you seen that, or just before you dreamt it, or whatever. And then you might be able to figure it out. If you can't, ask Spirit for help. You can do that, and they'll help you, right? You just say to them, I don't understand. Can you make it more clear to me? Yeah, okay, Michelle. You'll be the last one I do. Jan's free. Look at the card that came out. Animal totems, animal energy and power. So I know that you said that you were you're getting ready to go back to work with the animals. So that is very healing for you. That is your happy place. Working with the animals. Working with the animals is your happy place. And I love that the animals came out in that reading for you. So just keep doing what you're doing. Baby steps. Remember to celebrate every achievement, because every time that you do something that you felt you couldn't do before is a step in the right direction. Every step forward is a step in the right direction, right? Celebrate, 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 and celebrate some more. And working with the animals, because it's unconditional love, right? They will lift you up, you lift them up, and it's a wonderful sort of mutual loving relationship in a unconditional way with no strings attached, right? Awesome. Thanks, Jansfree. Okay. We have, who do we have next? We have Miss Jen, I think. Jen. Did I star Jen? I did not star Jen because I'm a bad host. Miss Jen Miranda, and then we have Miss Michelle, and then we will say goodnight. All right, so Miss Jen is on the screen. Can I have a card, please? Just a general message will be great. Well, of course you can have a card. Yeah. See? You never know. Like, I mean, she's gone. That's the only time she's really shown up all night, so I love it. Miss Jen. Okay. Michelle is a Leo. Like me. We're Leos. Leo the lion. Or the lioness, I guess I should say, right? Oh my goodness, Jen. Jen. It's so funny because, well, it's not funny, haha, but I literally started picking up the deck and I started shuffling and I was like, I don't know why, I feel like I need to pick up a chakra card. Honey. Aw, Jen's free. Hang in there, love. We all love you. We're all behind you and we all support you. Our healing journeys take time. Listen, it took you how many years to get to this point? It cannot clear itself in a hot minute. And I know it's so hard. I know it's hard. Trust me. But I hope that it helps you to know that you're not alone. We are all here. We're all here cheering you on. That's what this channel is all about. Promoting and loving and supporting each other as we're all on our journey. All right, Miss Jen. Oh, yeah? Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Thanks, Sharon. I'll go check it out. We have the World card, Jen. That's what we start with. Which is interesting because this is a completion, right? It's a celebration. It's an accomplishment. It's a completion. It's the end of the major arcana in the tarot. And so you've completed a full cycle and now you've started again. And it's interesting that that's coming up as your energy coming in from the past. So it's like you've started a new cycle with the outlook or the intention that, you know, I'm good. I'm starting on a new journey. Like everything's good. You know what I mean? Like feeling good and energized and ready to go. And then we've got the Page of Air. This is about being analytical, going after the truth, but not in a knight in shining armor way, just like someone who walks the line of the truth all the time, right? You're someone who is very focused on the details between, you know, well, it doesn't matter if you put the dot on the top of the I or not. Yet to you, it matters. Like it matters, right? You're like about principle. It matters to you. Sometimes that person, though, that energy of the two or the Page of Air sometimes comes across to other people that you're being a bit outspoken and they don't really like that, you know, so they might be giving you the stink eye a little bit, and that's hurting your feelings. It's causing you a lot of stress. The 10 of Air, the card that I just showed you, that's about endings. It's about recovery. And it's about freedom. Which is lovely because it's like a full circle sort of energy, right? So you start out being lost. you have the opportunity to release. You release, and then you start to feel that freedom of the release, and then you feel the recovery because the weight has been lifted off. The backpack that was carrying all that had you hunched over, you've now put on the ground. And so you're feeling that, and that's lovely. That is your challenge. The challenge is letting go. You have the Ace of Air as your outcome card. Sorry, I have a hair in my eye all of a sudden. I don't know where that came from. Inspiration and communication and making adjustments. Bottom of the deck is the Three of Air. That's heartbreak. It's sorrow. It's healing. It's forgiveness. So I don't know what has happened. If someone has hurt you, or something has triggered a hurt that you were carrying and I don't even know that you knew that you were carrying it, but it's like come up and like bang right in the back of your head, and you're like, what? I think it sort of caught you by surprise. So I pulled this chakra card for you, and this is the heart chakra. I always think this looks like Lady Gaga. I know it's not Lady Gaga, but it looks like Lady Gaga a bit to me. So this is forgiveness. This is a lovely image, right? This is your heart chakra. Letting go, healing, growth, and compassion. Now, I don't want to go on a tangent, but I just want to say, if I may, in my personal experience, and most of you know my story, right? 10 years, we're sitting at 10 years, almost 10 and a half at this point, since my mother passed away. And the day after my mother passed, I found out my father was terminal, and my life has never been the same since. I have anxiety, panic disorder, and depression, and I am basically a hot mess. And then doctors and therapy and psychiatrists and medication and my whole world getting ripped out from underneath me and not understanding any of it and not receiving support, yada, yada, you know the whole story. So I come to this community and I find these wonderful, supportive, loving individuals that you see here in the chat. People that lift you up, that say hi to you, that let you know that it's okay, that you're seen, that you're heard, that you're accepted, and that you're loved. No conditions needed to be met. They just accept you as you are. So you join hands with them and you form a group of like-minded individuals. And then you start to be able to ask questions, and you start to pick up information, and you start to be able to put your spiritual and or healing toolbox together, having all these things at your disposal that allow you to know what to do and when to do it and how to do it, and that you're not alone, and that you have resources that are available to you no matter where you live, no matter what your station, no matter what your affordability, right? And forgiveness was my biggest thing. This was my biggest thing. I couldn't get past it. So I encourage you to look at my channel, not trying to promote myself necessarily, but I'm not trying to promote myself. I did a forgiveness ceremony out in my backyard in my fire pit when I first started this channel. That was one of the first things that I did. So I encourage you to watch that and to see if you understand the message behind that. And the next thing that I will say to you is that if you are struggling with this, and I so wish that I heard this before I heard it, but ever since I heard it, it has made so much sense to me. It seems so powerful that I keep saying it. We confuse forgiveness with letting someone get away with something. Basically co-signing that they hurt us, that they messed us up, that they messed with our feelings, that they hijacked our life, that they took away years off of our selves. We believe that if we say that we forgive you, that means that it's okay what you did to me. And I get that. I get it. Believe me, I understand that. But then someone said this to me, and that was this. Why would you give someone that much power over yourself? I was like, wait, what? Let's think about that for a second. Why would you allow anyone to have that much power over you? Why would you let anyone steal your power from you by keeping you trapped in this horrible, debilitating state of isolation and darkness and negativity and fear, loneliness? Why would you let anybody have that much power over you? My God, stand up and say, you know what? You are entirely, I don't care who it is. I don't care who it is. I don't care what the reason is. Whatever it is entirely time that I claim my power back. And that starts right now. I am done giving all my energy to that does not serve my highest good. I am the most important thing. This is my life, and I want to start living today, right now, in this moment. Boom. Done. Don't let them take your power away, sweetie. Please don't let them do that to you. Get your power back. Get your power back. Oh, I got goosebumps all over. All right. I hope that helps, Jen. I send you lots of love and lots of blessings and lots of hope. You know where we are. And if you ever need to reach out, I'm just an email away. I don't want anyone to ever, that's the whole reason I started this channel. I'm not trying to get on my soapbox and preach, but literally that's the reason I started this channel. Because if there is something that you can learn from the personal experience that I went through and that I'm still going through it. I am 1,000,000% better than I ever was before. And it's because of you guys. It's because of what we share here, right? This is a sharing and a caring connection that we have. You feed me, I feed you. That's how this works. It's very much a Six of Pentacles routine here. And I couldn't do what I do without you. And so I wish you the best of luck. And I'm sending you lots of love and lots of blessings. Thank you, Barbara. Thank you, everybody. And listen, that's the whole point. Like when you ask for a reading, I give you that. Something comes out of me that I feel you need to hear, and other people say that they need to hear it too. And then there's sharing that's going on in the chat to each of you. It is very much a sharing and caring kind of thing. And I love that, right? Yeah. Yep. Yeah. You guys, this is the thing. Like we give so much of ourselves to so many people and to so many things, right? Doesn't matter what it is. We give all of these resources, our inner resources, to people that we care about for good intentions, for good reasons, for the right reasons. Not everybody in the world is a jerk. Not everyone is out to hurt us. Sometimes these things just happen. But then there's the opposite, where it was intentional. Why do you have to carry that, though? Sometimes these burdens aren't even ours to carry. And hi, James, by the way, thank you for being here. Thank you, everybody, for participating in this part of the chat. Because that's really what it is. That's at the end of the day, not without going on and on about it, but it is about that. It is about an energy exchange between you and whoever the person was that hurt you, and whether or not you want to give them all of that, all of your power. All right. Michelle, you are the next person up on Dozen Cats. All right. I am never too tired to give Michelle a reading. Michelle is a shining new light. No pun intended on her name, but she is a shining new light within the community. Whoops. I had a card go sideways here on me. Hold on a second. There we go. All right, Miss Michelle. Yes, thank you everyone for subscribing, for hitting the thumbs up, for all of your support. I kindly accept it, and I am so grateful for it. You guys are all phenomenal. I'm just about 60 subscribers shy of my community page. What 10 months journey this I've been on, and can't wait to see what happens next. For those of you that were not here earlier, join us tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time for Friday at the Fire Pit. It is our second last one before the summer ends. All kinds of antics happen and good things, and we chat, and we're literally sitting out in the backyard watching my fire. So we toss cards, we do all kinds of good things. Yeah, go make 60 more accounts. Thanks. All right, here we go, Miss Michelle. Let's see what we got for you. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Appreciate you all. Not sure if you guys know this or not, but I do daily card readings every single day. On the weekends, I do a weekend reading that's released on Saturday. On Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern, I do a live where I do what I call Achieving Wellness. It's every second Wednesday, and we tackle all kinds of topics. Last Wednesday, for example, we did what I called solutions. So we talked about tapping, we talked about mirror work, we talked about visualization, and I gave samples of each of those things to help empower us and fill up our healing toolbox with different tips and tricks. We talk about all kinds of things on that particular segment. So if you're having any kind of difficulty or you're struggling with something, maybe that's something that you might want to check out. On Sundays, I do Sunday Connections. So I usually have a psychic medium with me, and we take questions from the chat, and I pull cards, and they do their mediumship, and we answer questions. I do all kinds of stuff here. So I appreciate your support, and I hope that you find something interesting that you enjoy on the channel, something that helps. Michelle, my darling, we start out with the 9 of air: worry, sleepless nights, negativity. Don't like that word, but that's what it says. That's the energy coming in from the past, which is good. I like that. We have the 7 of water. This is making choices having to be made. Difficult choices that you are overanalyzing or you may be procrastinating about. It's sort of, I often refer to it as like the adult shell game, right? Like, if I do this, then this is going to happen. If I move over here, then this is going to happen. But wait a minute. If I go here, like, it's almost like you're trying to like outmaneuver your own self, if that makes sense, right? Next to that, we've got the King of Water. The King of Water keeps coming up, right? And next to the King of Water, I've got the Queen of the Queen of Earth, the Queen of Pentacles. And so I don't know if this represents you and your former person or your partner. I'm not sure if your partner is your former partner, or you know what I mean. If this represents someone that's in your life. But I feel like as we move through it, it's starting to make more sense to you. It's starting to feel more comfortable. It's starting to feel better, right? Starting to, like, it's starting to make sense to you. The situation, the vibe, the energy, things are starting to calm down and settle down, and I feel like you're getting a better handle on it. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but that's what I'm getting. On the bottom of the deck, I've got the World card, so that's a completion, that's celebration, that's accomplishment, right? You've made it through a cycle, a huge cycle. I feel like it's a huge cycle. Absolutely, Joe Smell. Thank you for saying that. Appreciate it. I'm pulling some more cards here for you, Michelle. So I don't know if this is making sense to you or not. But I feel like you're navigating your path. You're navigating your path and you're getting there. Slowly but surely, you're starting to see the light. Things are starting to make sense to you. And I want to see if we can give you some extra boost of encouragement if Spirit has anything else to say. Oh, it was 111. Thank you, Mommy. I love you and I miss you. I've seen that twice today, by the way, so that was very kind of her. Actually, that's the second time in this segment since I've been live that I have seen 1111. I seen it when I first came live, and I said it then. So there you go. There you go, my friend. That's what's happening to you. You are experiencing a spiritual blossoming. Take a new direction and be open to new experiences. So I think that's like green light, go. Like, just allow yourself to explore and experience. Don't limit yourself. Don't hold yourself back. Don't set up any false boundaries for yourself in terms of allowing yourself to learn whatever it is you feel you're ready to take on, right? All right. We have awaken all your senses, slow down and become aware of them. So if Spirit is trying to communicate with you, we need to be receptive to that communication. We need to be open to that communication. We need to understand the signs, the symbols, the synchronicities, the messages, whether it come in a dream or the lights flickering on and off, or we say synchronicities like 1111, whatever it may be. We have to be paying attention to it. So that means you got to look after yourself so that that connection can stay strong and open, right? The time of guilt and shame ends now. And I know you know what this means. Forgive yourself and begin to love yourself just as you are. And once you forgive yourself and give yourself that permission to let it go, that's when all your senses are going to awaken. And if you are disconnected with carrying hurts and pains and past traumas, I can't imagine how you're going to be when you are fully like aligned again and standing in all your beauty. You know what I mean? Standing in all your light, standing in all your brilliance. My God, you're going to be a force to be reckoned with. Truly. We have the love of your dragon reaches out to you. I mean, how beautiful is that picture? It's just gorgeous. The realm of your truth is opening up. The realm of your truth is opening up. And nothing to stop you but you. Like I said way earlier tonight, this journey, when it comes to past hurts and this journey of self-discovery and healing and spiritual connections and the understanding of those spiritual connections, it is a relationship of complete trust. I have to trust that when I sit down and I say I'm going to go live and I say, does anyone have a question, that I'm going to pull these cards and Spirit is going to tell me through the cards what I need to tell you, what you need to hear, what Spirit wants you to get from this message. I have to trust that that's going to happen. Right? But yet, if I was to pull cards for myself, I would be like, oh, Michelle, can you toss some cards for me? Right? Well, you can't do that. You got to trust yourself. If I want you to trust me, I have to trust myself. And that's just a little thing that I say to myself to help myself remember that this is a relationship of total trust, if that makes sense. So, Sunflower Down Under, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming. Have yourself a great day. Happy Friday. And I hope that we see you soon again. Michelle says, thank you, Kelly. I recently started therapy to help heal past traumas of my childhood. Just a little tidbit of my childhood. I grew up in and out of foster care from 4 years old to 18. Okay. So then this makes sense. I appreciate you sharing that with us. Remember this. Remember that. The love of your dragon reaches out to you. The realm of your truth is opening up. Right? Remember, you are the one that's in charge. You are the one that holds all the power. You do. Nobody else. You do. Right? Oh, thank you, Gansfrey. That's very kind of you to say. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for hopping on this impromptu pop-up live that I wasn't planning on doing. But I was awake, so there you have it. I thank everyone for being here. I am most appreciative and grateful for all of your continued support. Please don't forget to hit thumbs up on your way in or out whenever you join anyone's chat. It is most important for the channels. Please do leave a comment under the video if you feel so inclined. Make sure to check out all the other things on my channel. And hopefully I see you over the weekend, whether it be Friday night at the Fire Pit, which is 8:30 p.m. Eastern, or on Ron's channel on Saturday night, which is 8:30 p.m. Eastern, or Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern when I'm with Sun Psychic Jean doing some mediumship and card readings. I thank everyone for being here. I love you lots. I hope you have a great night's rest or a fantastic afternoon wherever you may be in the world. Thank you so much for being here and supporting me and, of course, each other. I love you lots, and I wish you many blessings. Mwah! Till next time, everybody. Bye.